What's going on YouTube? Burlington Northern HO fan here. Today we've got a video of working on this locomotive. This locomotive is part of our GP9 Burlington Northern project. First thing we're going to do is get this locomotive into tip-top shape, running good, and not sparking. If you guys saw the last video, this thing was sparking on the tracks like crazy. And hopefully that is just the wheels being dirty and we can fix that issue. If not, we'll have to do some other things. But the first thing we're going to do is, it's not part of fixing the locomotive, but I need these handrails for the other locomotive shell, so I'm going to take these handrails off. Now they should just come off by hand, unless they are glued. If they are glued, then I'm going to have to do by other means. Looks like they might be a little pinched in there. Let me get a screwdriver. Completely forgot. First thing I should probably do is show you how it's running on the track first. So, in case you didn't see the last video, give it a little bump. There it goes. It's sparking. Let's go forwards. Very interesting. Hopefully it's not just because it's steel wheels. I believe it's because it's dirty. Let's take this thing apart and we'll find out very quickly what kind of condition those wheels are in. Alright, got myself a tool here. Let's get these stanchions off of here. I think I'm going to do this off camera. Alright, so I'm going to end up taking this. I have a feeling that these stanchions are possibly glued. I'm going to take the shell off this locomotive. Okay, so we have a non-flywheel blue box. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can see it on camera, the body is bent. It is bowed, which is a common problem with blue boxes, but this one is not too bad. So, anyway, let's set this to the side, and I'm going to continue working on getting these stanchions off this locomotive. Okay, so I ended up getting some of the railing off. What I ended up doing, I'm going to probably have to bend these stanchions. Some of these stanchions are going to have to get bent back, but I'm just sticking my blade under here. Can't see what I'm doing. I'm just sticking my blade under here and just kind of, it looks like it's not, see, that one got pretty nicely bent. But they're bendable back, so it's just thin wire, so we can just kind of bend that back. Take that off, and we'll do something like this. Just kind of mold it back into shape. There you go. I believe it's not glued, it's just the paint that is keeping them stuck in here. So if we just kind of excavate it a little bit, it should come off. This guy off of there. There we go. This is probably an easy way for me to stab myself. Kids, don't try this at home. But it's the only way that I've found that it is working for me, so I'm going to keep doing it. I will get back to you guys when I've got them all off. Okay, we've got all the stanchions off the locomotive. So that works. But all this dust, oh my lord, this must have been sitting on a shelf for a long time. Sitting on a shelf, man, holy crap. Anyway, that's all we need of that shell. I don't think there's any glass in it. No, there's not, so we really don't need that. We'll put that in a safe place. I'm not going to get rid of the shell, I'll keep the shell, but for now we don't need it. So I'm going to use this Atheran blue box that I have here to keep all these stanchions in a good safe spot, so I know where they're at. I'll put them in here. Obviously we're going to have to repaint these, but put those in there like so. All right. Now, Now that we've done that, let's take a look at the locomotive itself. So, we have the old style of with the bar across. That's normal. We are missing a light bulb. Let's see. Check their motor mounts here. Ooh, our motor mounts are very loose. That's not good. That can cause issues. They don't feel like they're broken though. They look newer. Yeah, that might work. This is not connected to this, which is an issue. That needs to be connected. I might end up just soldering a wire instead of using this piece. But we'll start with that. Let's take a look at our wheels here. Our wheels are definitely dirty, so we will be taking this completely apart. So, in order to do that, first we need to take these off, and that'll drop our trucks. So let's do that. I'm not going to use this. Let me use a screwdriver. Okay, here's our first worm gear that is free. As you can see in there, it doesn't look like there's any oil or grease in that. So that's not good. That needs to be addressed. Our truck should drop right out. Just like so. Okay. And then in order to take this apart, we have this clip and that clip. So if we do this, just like so, just like that, there we go. Bottom piece will come off, and then it should just come apart, just like so. And then our wheels can come out. Remembering which side is which, so looks like just keep that for like that right now. And then that's riveted in, that's okay. These are going to need to be taped off and painted black for what we're using them for. So I'm just going to completely disassemble this locomotive. So we'll put that over there, like so. And then we will take this off, just like that. Take our worm gear out. And then we will drop our truck. Just like so. There we dropped our okay. We drop that one. We're gonna put that over there. We're gonna orientate this like this because I'm gonna leave this on the workbench like this. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take this off because if we're gonna keep using this, I want to get all this rust off of here. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. You can definitely see it. Look at all that rust that's on that. I'm gonna get that off. We're gonna take this truck apart. Do the same thing, just like so. Stick this in here, push that off, just like that. Pull that apart, just like so. And now the whole thing wants to come apart. So if that's the case, we'll just do this. Where did our gear go? Like that. Just gonna leave them with what they are. Looking for insulators on the wheels. Not seeing really anything. While we're here, we might as well check for cracks in the wheel axles. They look pretty okay. This one, there's a crack right there. So this one is cracked. So what I'm going to do with this, and it might help, is I can try gluing it together, or I have plenty of Atherans I could steal a wheel set from and just throw this, well, not throw it away, but put it in the parts bin. Because that will definitely make a clicky clack noise that I don't want. Not a good clicky clack noise, but a clacking noise, clicking noise as it drives around the track. And that will be very annoying. And also, it could come out of gauge. And we don't want that, because then it will constantly derail itself. So, we know that this one is bad. Let us look over here at this one. We'll do the same thing. There's another crack right there on this one. So this one is also bad. So we'll put these two to the side. Let's take a look at this one. This one is also cracked right there. So we have 3 bad ones. So we might end up just getting new wheels. Let's take a look here. We might only have one good one. Nope, all 4 are bad. That one is also cracked. So, we're going to need new wheels for this locomotive. Now, I could use those wheels, but it's going to make a horrible clicking noise, which, right now, it doesn't make that much noise in general, which is interesting. But, if we get good wheels, it won't make any clicking noises at all. So, I'd much rather have no clicking noises than any possibly a clicking noise. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna take this. This is over here with this guy and this guy. And we'll leave that there. And we're gonna leave this here at this point because we need new wheels. So let's take a look at our motor. Those definitely look like new rubber mounts. Commutator is pretty nasty. We can get our fiberglass pencil and see if we can clean that up a little bit. Give me 1 second. Actually, you know what? No, I think I have it right here. Yes, I do. See if we can clean this guy up a little bit. Oh yeah, she's shining up nice. Look at that. Beautiful. Just get that in there. Real nice and clean and brassing color. Very nice. Much better. So that's clean. Let's just run this over the top of this real quick and get that clean if we can. It's better. You could probably see it better now, the bow in the chassis here. It's not great. It's not perfect, but it's not great. So, well, it's not of course it's not perfect if it's bowed, but yeah, it's sad, but we'll get this thing together and it should work for us. So we'll put that there. Now, I knew I'd probably have 1 wheel set, but I know I don't have 4 and I'd rather just get complete new wheels. I know that Walthers makes new wheels for these. I'm going to see if I can just get those, and then we'll wait for those to show up, and then we can put this bin back together. In the meantime, let's get this paint off of this locomotive, because this is disgusting, and I'm tired of looking at it. So let's get it off. So give me 1 second here. Alright, well, we don't always win. So unfortunately, when the last time I painted this, I used a paint stripper that did bad things to the plastic, and this is just not savable. So at this point, this shell is just not worth it to go through what I want to go through in the detail I want to do with this. So I'm gonna have to source a undecorated GP9 shell, or another shell that is painted that I can take the paint off of properly this time. And I could do it to this one, but I like the little decals that he's added to this. I like it, you know. And if I really wanted to, I could like patch it, and I could do stuff. I could still do stuff with this locomotive, you know. So I'm gonna keep this shell. I'm not gonna overpaint it, you know. I'm not gonna spray over it, or you know, do stuff like that. And this chassis, though, however, it turns out it's a very early blue box. This is like right after they got done doing the rubber band drive Athearns. So these wheels are hard to find, and they're not as easy as I thought they were going to be. So we might have to live with the cracked gears, or not gears, but the cracked plastic, which is unfortunate. If I really wanted to, I could risk it and try gluing it, and you know, maybe that might help the sound. But right now it doesn't have too much sound to it, so I'm just going to clean the wheels. Hopefully it stops it from sparking, and we'll go from there. So first, I'm just gonna take my fiberglass pencil, and I'm just gonna go along the wheels like this, just clean them up. It turns out, and it looks like it's doing pretty good. So I'm just gonna do this for all the wheels. When I come back, they should be all clean. All right, I've got them as clean as I'm comfortable with them being. You know, I could get them cleaner, but this should be good for now. We're going to actually put this locomotive shell back together. We're going to oil it, and we're going to go from there. I could paint these right now, but I'm just going to wait until I got all the parts I need to paint a new shell, and we'll go from there. So we'll put this locomotive back together. We will do what we need to do, and we'll go from there. So that being said, first thing is first. This has got to go back together. So we need to flip this over. Okay, and then we do a little bit of this. And we go like so. Looking to see if there's insulators. I can't see any insulators, so we're just gonna do that, I guess. Got this thing together. Let's get our oil. Put our cover back on here so they all get oiled together properly. Okay, there we go. Get that all oiled in there, just like so. what we like to see. Right, okay. We can shove this one back through. Like so. Grab our worm gear. Get some oil on that. I have misplaced my grease, so right now we're just going to run without grease. But this locomotive's definitely going to have to come apart again, so that's okay, because we'll just grease it then. Well, I did not do that right. Okay, there we go. That's that one. Now let's go over to the other truck, which is different for some reason. But we'll move from that. Put our wheels back in here. Grab this guy and see, that's what I wanted to do. There we go. So now we can just drop that guy into place like so. Just like that. And we will grab this. Okay. Grab our grease. Oil that up. I said grease. Grab our oil, I should have said. Just like that. Very good, very good. A little bit more here. Okay. Shove this back up through the thing. I did that wrong. That bar's got to go underneath, like so. Get our worm gear in here. I forgot to put the oil on the worm gear on this side. We'll just put some more oil in here. Rotate the motor a bit. Put some oil on that bearing right there. Put some oil on this bearing right here. Okay, so now that's back together. Let us take this let's take this chassis over back to the layout and see if it still runs. And I'll make sure to put this on here still. Let's bend this up a little bit. That way it actually does grab the power source. There we go. Alright, let's bring it over to the layout. Alright, here we got it on the layout. Wheels are probably still a little dirty. It's a little bit more than half throttle. Wheels are still sparking. It's not bad for something that's probably from the 60s or the 70s. I'm not too much of an expert on these Atheran blue boxes, too, but it's not bad. I would like to say it's running better than it was, so. Just get this one running. This not having any lubricants in it and how dusty the shell was, it definitely has probably been sitting for a very, very, very long time. So I'm going to assume that it just needs to get run and it will probably start working back in. You can already see that it's starting to stop sparking a little bit. So it's getting back to where it needs to be. It's a good old blue box. But with this, and where we have to end it here, I'm going to end it here with this being back together. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's probably not what you guys expected. It's not what I expected to happen in this video. So, but hey, you live, you learn. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.